Welcome back to the Ultimate Pool Players Championship. It's our final match of the afternoon. And as you could just hear there, Jordan Shepherd has got us underway. It's a big match, Jordan Shepherd versus Chris Melling, and it's a much bigger match here for Jordan Shepherd than it is for Chris Melling, because Jordan Shepherd has lost his opening 2 matches in the day, and he is on the verge of not being able to come through this group stages. Top 4 in the group will go through to tomorrow. Chris, with 2 wins from 2, has things very comfortably in his own control. He's not quite there yet, but if he was to win this match, he would be all but certain, or I'm sure he would be certain, of coming through the group. I hope you've all caught your breath after the last couple of matches, which have been quite incredible, bonkers, mad, amazing, and a lot of fun to watch. Big shot coming up right now for Jordan Shepherd. Needs to set the tone of this match early and take out a finish right at the start. Just calls for his extension just to settle him down for this big shot. Oh, perfectly cued. Very nicely done indeed for Jordan Shepherd. And this is exactly what he needed. Beautiful break clearance to get going in this match and perhaps get going on the night. So 2 matches so far for Jordan Shepherd. He started off his day with a 6-2 defeat to Harriet Haynes. I think it was a 5-2 defeat to Harriet Haynes. And then the second match lost 6-5 to Greg Batten, broke dry in the deciding frame. And a reverse clearance from Greg to get the job done. 2 golden breaks in that match from Jordan. Even though he made, got the 5 frames on the board, he did play well, but not at his absolute brilliant best. Still a few mistakes in there. Much better start to this match. His big problem is that Chris Melling so far has been brilliant. Started off his day with a 6-3 victory over Greg Batten himself, and then in his second match 6-1 over Conor Jones, where he was absolutely phenomenal. Some very eye-catching finishes. The only frame he dropped was a golden break. Chris makes a ball with his first break. Tricky layout though. Very good opening shot from Chris. Yellow to the bottom of the table, still a problem for him to solve. Delighted to say the winner of our last match, who probably is feeling a little relieved and a little bit scrambled right now. Conor Jones has just joined me on commentary here. And Conor, congratulations on getting the win.
Cheers.
You showed a huge amount of bottle to take out that finish, having lost the frames you did previously. But what was going on out there?
I mean, I'd rather not talk about it, but I don't really know, mate. I felt really comfortable, really in control up until I was 4-1 up, potted the black to go 5-1 up, and then the white went in off, sorry. And then from there, I don't really. It was all a bit of a blur. It all got a bit much. Harriet seemed to come back. I missed a couple of chances which I wouldn't usually miss, and yeah, I was scrambled a little bit, like you say. But that break dish to go 5-3. Was it
5-4?
5-4.
Yeah.
5-4. Yeah, that was a big one. That settled me down a little bit.
Yeah, as we've just seen the start of this match, both players with beautiful break clearances to get going in the match. And yeah, for me, the match you just played, that it was one thing to go in off. That's a careless mistake that we've all made. We've all been there. It happens, but it was also that then rolled on to you missing a couple of chances, as you just say, that you normally wouldn't make. A couple of mistakes you made, errors that you normally wouldn't make, and all of a sudden, Harriet was given a lifeline and she sort of grabbed it. And even at the end there, you could have killed the match off with a match clock, and you just gave her 40 seconds to potentially make a clearance.
Yeah. It's a weird one because when you're in the moment, you sort of don't have time. I mean, I should have just sat there and thought, take the extension, use another 15 seconds and fully secure the match, like you say. But in the moment, you just think, pop balls.
Just pop balls.
Just pop balls.
I mean, it's one of those things that certainly compared to the professionals at the moment, you've not had the same level of experience with the match clock as well. So it's something that, this is part of what today is going to be for you, is obviously you're still trying to make it through this group and through tomorrow, but obviously the exposure that it'll give you going forward into next year when you're highly likely to be a professional, will be valuable. Yeah,
that's it. I mean, I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually, and I'll end up calming down on shots, and but it's entertainment for everyone watching, isn't it? So
it certainly was entertaining. There's no doubt about it. Some of the matches we've seen today have been absolutely brilliant. We've seen some great matches along the way.
Chris looks in one of them moods where I don't think he's going to miss much.
No, he's been so good today. He has been the standout player of the group so far. No surprise to see him with 2 wins from 2. Barely made a mistake so far.
Yeah.
Jordan's not really been at his best, and
no,
2 losses from 2.
Yeah, it's very, very out of character for Jordan, that. But am I correct in saying this is a ranking event?
Yes, it is a ranking event. Yeah.
Oh, so I will get points from this.
Because you're a challenger, so you won't carry any ranking points. It's only for the professionals, but it is a ranking event, yes. Because interestingly, the reason I find it interesting is that with last week's result, obviously Shane Thompson was a lot talked about. He's the #1 player outside the top 16 going into last weekend. He made it through to the group final. That did push him into the top 16.
Yeah.
But of course, other players now have power to add, and he's obviously out of this competition. So just one of those things to keep an eye on. But definitely a ranking event.
Yeah, so it doesn't affect me though.
No, it doesn't affect you. Unfortunately, if you were to turn pro, you can't carry those ranking points forward. As Chris makes light work of the reverse clearance, so all 3 frames so far from the break.
You could give me the points towards the challenger, I suppose.
That would be nice, yeah. Every point will be very much important as we go into Blackpool.
Yeah.
You still have work to do, but it's not too much in terms of.
I feel like it's in my hands, isn't it?
That's where you want to be, isn't it?
Yeah. As long as I think I've worked a little bit out since we spoke earlier. If I win a few matches, just a few, I don't really necessarily need to run deep. I mean, it'd be nice.
Yeah, obviously you want to get your hands on the silverware first and foremost. That's what you want to win, is the trophies.
100%.
Obviously, huge prize fund as well in those challenger events.
Yeah.
Which obviously is very nice indeed. Big moments right now for Jordan Shepherd. It really is. He's not out if he loses this match, but he'd have to win his final 2 matches to have any opportunity. And even then, it might not be enough.
No, that's right. This is a huge game for him. But like you say, Chris Melling doesn't look like his fancies missing anything.
No, he's missed very little so far today.
I think with Chris, his ability to get himself out of trouble, even if the rare time he is in trouble with the white, or he's got balls tied up and he doesn't necessarily land on them properly, his ability to get out of that and pull shots out is unbelievable. So that obviously helps.
Yeah, these haven't broken for him, so he might need some of that ability right now. This is a messy layout.
Yeah, it really is. But again, it's the speed in which he sees it, like with the shot clock and stuff. Given a bit of time, I think a lot of people could figure stuff out and, go into balls. And
You're absolutely right. He's got the quickest ball brain I've ever seen. It's incredible. I spend a lot of time with Chris on commentary and at events, and he sees the game just it's instant.
Quickly, yeah.
It's absolutely instant. And I've done some coaching videos with him where you sort of almost see his brain working things out, and it's amazing to see. He really is. He's a genius. His ball brain is a genius level. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, that was unlucky. He'd been looking at that shot since the break to come round the back and connect with them 2 yellows to open that plant up.
Yeah.
And he's been a bit unlucky for another yellow to come over and kiss the plant away, but he's looking at something else again now.
I think half the battle sometimes with Chris is narrowing it down to just one choice. He's got so many sometimes.
He's got so many options, hasn't he?
So if he pots this, he can go into them. Great effort.
I mean...
And he'll take that. Everything has come out. Can he get to the ones at the bottom right? Yes, he can.
I think he'll take the top one first.
Even if he can't, yeah, top one's there.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. What a shot. What a great shot from Chris Melling.
But that exactly there proves what I was saying just as he broke. He's rarely in trouble. As long as he's got a shot, he's very rarely in trouble. I mean, his ability over all cue sports.
Hang on a second.
Hang on.
Hang on a second. That cue ball has just gone that extra roll too far, and that body language tells us he is not on this ball.
Oh dear.
Wow. That is that's a frame. That's huge for Jordan Shepherd right now, because that is the frame right there if that cue ball stops 1/2 a revolution short.
Definitely.
It's not out the woods yet. Chris is so good at these sort of shots as well, but it's not going to land.
I mean, that as an effort was great as well. But
a reprieve here for Jordan Shepherd. I say a reprieve. It's not like he's made a mistake. He's just not had. He's the only chance he's had in the match. He took out.
That's a very rare mistake from Chris. I mean, people would say it's a bit unlucky, but I mean, for him, he would say that's a mistake.
Yeah, it's just gone that extra roll further, isn't it? Well, you can tell us firsthand. The table is so quick out there.
Very, very fast. Yeah, you never play on anything like it apart from here in these events. You can't. I mean, unless you're buying that table, that cloth, those cushions for your local club, you cannot replicate it.
Top of the table there from Jordan, because he knows that the shot that Chris has played hasn't exactly left him a wide open chance here, and Chris would have known that when he played it. It was a clever shot. A good pot though.
There's an opportunity for Jordan here. If he lands himself with the correct angle, he can, after this shot, he can develop the 2. Yeah, and that's the angle he wanted. Lovely.
I think he's far enough up the table.
Yeah, he'll screw up into those 2 balls now. I'm expecting it with a little bit of pace.
I'd love to be able to get into the cushion, so it's sort of all pings towards the centre.
That's what he will come off the cushion. Yeah.
Oh, he went into it. Got into it straight.
Went straight into the red. That's a good shot.
Yeah. Very nice indeed.
Will he play this one first, near the black? No, he can't. He's unsure. He'd like to play the one near the black first, to free everything up.
It's tight. He's having a very good look. So he's having to leave angle to play a cannon.
I don't think he's going to play a cannon, unless I'm seeing a different angle to everybody else. Can he land on it? Oh, he is playing a cannon. Lovely. Very well done, Simon.
I just don't think it went. When he turned it down, I just didn't see it
maybe
going.
Not.
Obviously, we can be fooled, and we often are in the commentary box because we get the overhead as well. But that was, it looked like it was on the overhead, but it wasn't. And that's a fantastic shot as well.
That was nice and controlled.
This has been, for a player that's bang under it, on the verge of being all but out of the competition, that is an outrageously good clearance from Jordan Shepherd. Chris will be frustrated. His positional shot went, not even quarter roll too far. But what a finish and what a response. Well, they are pairs cut partners, or they were, because they've been knocked out. This Monday just gone. Jordan would have been hoping that Chris was going to do him a favour here, but Chris is certainly not going to do that. But that little bit of, well, whether it's unlucky or a roll too far, however you call it, has certainly given Jordan a little bit of a
lifeline.
A lifeline in this match, in this competition. Jordan's, after this, he's got left to play against yourself, Conor, and Chris Day.
Yep.
He may need to win both of those games.
Potentially, yes. I mean, he'd obviously like to win them all anyway, but yeah, he may be under it a little bit. I don't know how the maths works. I'm sure. Does this secure Chris anyway? Is
Chris will be certain if he wins this match. 3 wins from 3. You can't get 4 other people to be ahead of that. So Chris is secure with a win. A dry break from Sheppy gives Chris this opportunity, and once again just lets the cue ball go a little bit too far or not far enough, depending on which way he played it. Had a gap to recover the situation.
Yeah, that helped. That helped a
lot.
Always a gap. Always a gap, always a shot.
Have you started to work out what results you need for you? Are you just going to play?
No, I'm just gonna play and hope that it's enough, if that makes sense. I don't really like looking too much. Like I said it before, I don't like looking too much into what I need to do, what other players need to do, because then I feel like if I'm banking on another player to lose, I don't think that's very nice. So
no,
I just sort of do my own thing, and if I get through, I get through. If I don't, I don't. I mean, if I don't, I'd be very upset, like, but...
What you do know is it's in your own hands with 2 matches left.
That's
2 wins from your 3 games. You know what you've got. You know where you stand, really. You've got 1 more win and you're good.
Yep.
Obviously, you'd be looking for 2.
Yeah, looking to win as many as possible, but...
So another reverse clearance from Chris Melling. He goes back in front, 3 frames to 2, and barring that little roll that went, caught a roll too far in the previous frame, he's been absolutely flawless in this match. 3 finishes in the break so far.
He's not missed a ball, has he, really, apart from, like you say, half a roll.
He really does look on it as well. I mean, the finishes he was taking out in his second match, in particular, against yourself at the back end there, were very impressive.
Yeah. They were very impressive. I mean, when he gets going, he's hard to stop. Didn't help that I couldn't get hold. I just couldn't land against Chris. I couldn't land on anything exactly how I wanted to, so I was always chasing and trying to pinch, and it's never a good thing to do, especially against Chris.
Yeah. Golden break in there, though, as well.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Not fancy giving it the big fist pump. You just give it a smile and then started talking to Chris as well. What did you say? You were like,
I just said sorry.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because obviously you can't really. There's a lot of luck to it.
Yeah. I thought maybe just turn around and say, oh, easy game this.
Maybe if I do it again, then it won't be a fluke. It's another dry break. Huge break, but dry. So Jordan's got a good chance here because both colour sets go.
Just maybe that yellow to the top right. If the yellow doesn't go, then red's the choice. Reds look the better
yeah,
anyway.
That's a good point, actually. I mean, we've got a couple of camera angles in here, like you're saying. One camera angle shows that yellow may go, but then the other one, not so much. So, but like you say, he's gone reds. Reds will be okay. Although that's not the greatest of angles. He wanted to be further over to screw back. He's going to have to potentially leave himself a long... Yeah, a long red.
Looks like he's got a nice angle on it this time.
Yeah.
Almost looks like if you put the cue ball where the red is, you've got the perfect angle.
I think he'll just stun it. Jordan doesn't seem quite as free flowing as we're used to seeing him.
I think he's just under it. I think that's all it is, really. I really do. I think he's put himself under pressure. He probably came here today, not that he would ever take anybody lightly, but he probably came here today thinking that needing to finish top 4 out of 6, that, you know, as long as he sort of held himself, you know, steady, he'd be okay. And all of a sudden, he's found himself bang under it. And he's having to work really hard. It'd be a huge disappointment for him. You saw that in the back end of the last match when he broke dry. The frustration was there for all to see. You know, this means a lot to him. Oh, that's only just got there.
I was surprised at that.
Yeah.
Surprised he went that way, but he's fine. He'll come round the back now.
Yeah, just needs to control the cue ball. And it pulls up perfectly. So he returns with a reverse clearance of his own. Ties the scores up once again at 3-all. Now he needs to find his break. After a break clearance in the opening frame, he's fouled from the break and he's broken dry. He needs to give himself a first frame opportunity and try and get in front in this match. Both players very relaxed out there, happy to have a chat, something we've seen all day long. Quick look at the table and see Chris at the top with 4 points, tied at the top with you, Conor. You've played the extra match.
Yeah.
Chris obviously could add in this match, and then Chris Day, Harriet Haynes and Greg Batten all on 2 points. Chris Day and Greg Batten will be playing in our next match after the break. And they've only played 2, Harriet's played 3, and then Jordan with just the 1 point from, 0 points from his 2 matches so far.
That's another dry break.
Depending on the way the results go, as we see a very tough little clearance here for Chris. Oh, wow. Wow.
I don't think he meant to hit that ball.
Yeah, he wasn't playing that yellow. Well, that could make a massive difference. A big smile on his face there, a wry smile. If Jordan was to get the win here, we could well be looking at 3 players tied on the top with 4 points, as after 2-3 rounds of matches, depending. You know, there could be a draw in the Greg Batten and Chris Day match. But if one of those was to win, it'd be 3 people tied on the top. So, see a long way to go in this match yet. Just looking a little bit further ahead at what could happen. Could be very tight going into the final 2 round of matches is what I'm getting at.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Whatever happens.
So I think if you win 3, diving into it, if you manage to get 3, you're pretty much guaranteed.
Yes, I haven't done the full maths, but if you get 3, you are guaranteed.
Yeah.
Important here that Sheppy gets out, punishes that error from Chris.
Yeah, which I think he will. Obviously anything can happen, but I do think he will. Oh.
He needs to be on the one over the left centre. Body language tells us he's not.
Oh,
Might have to swerve this.
Dear.
That's just a little bit on the careless side to let that overrun.
Yeah, definitely. He'll swerve this.
Depends how big a swerve's required.
Shot. Oh, unlucky.
Oh, I didn't get enough. That is massive.
That is huge mistake there from Jordan. And he's not happy about that.
Shows how much it means out there. Chris can punish this and get himself back in front. And all that talk of 3 players tied at the top after the 3rd round of matches will be not important, because Chris would be on the verge of 3 wins from 3. It's amazing the difference one shot can make here or there in these frames and matches and groups.
And it's like Jordan should prove there. The table gets away from you. It's difficult out there. It's difficult to stay consistent. Like the top players, Chris, Gaz, people like that, they make it look very easy, but it's not.
No, the game just isn't as easy as top players make it look. It really isn't. you know, like you just said there, you know, you expect Jordan to get out in that previous one because every ball had a pocket, but you've got to be able to connect them up and find the pattern and control the cue ball and deal with the pressure. It really is tough out there. Chris just needs to control this one well. Just control the cannon. Oh, it's just gone awkward.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Just about pulled up in time.
I think if he guarantees the pot, he doesn't really have to worry about the white. Yeah, there we go.
Exactly as you called, Conor.
Nice
Just
shot.
make the pot. So Chris goes back in front, 4 frames to 3. That one will hurt Jordan Shepherd. It's his first real mistake in the match. Looked like he was about to go 4-3 up himself. And now he has it all to do once again. He is in a world of trouble. So many people will have tipped Jordan to come through this group, and he may not even make it out of the group stages. Chris Melling to break. Last time he broke, it was dry and it was punished. But the break has been successful prior to that. He's been breaking with huge power today. I think he's we've seen him quite a bit this year, taking power out of his break and just controlling things. But today I think he is really looking for that a little bit of extra power.
Yeah.
Which he has plenty to spare.
I think from my limited time playing on this table, I don't think it's breaking as well. I think that's why he's adding some more power. I don't think they're splitting as well as they would usually.
Wow, they split. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't think...
I mean, that is monstrous, isn't it?
I don't think he left anything to the imagination there.
The only thing that's amazing there, the 8 ball didn't move. Everything else was flying around the table. Look at that 8 ball, doesn't move at all.
Yeah, yellows.
Yellows, and it's a great chance on yellows.
Great chance to put the pressure on Jordan now.
We'll have to get the calculator out in the break and find out what Jordan can do, whether he can qualify.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. We'll be taking a break after this match. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for the remaining matches through to a close later on tonight, and then back tomorrow at midday for the semi-finals and final tomorrow evening. But we will know our final 4 by the end of the day. At the moment, we have no idea who will be in it, but Chris Melling may well be booking his place right here and now. Lovely control. Really wanted to be on the yellow to the top right. Just goes far enough past the red to leave the lovely angle.
That's a good shot, but it surprised me.
I guess it's playing down the line, sort of.
Yeah.
But a beautiful break clearance once again from Chris. It really is so enjoyable to watch players playing at the level that Chris is playing at today. Standard is very high indeed. So the maths here is simple for Jordan Shepherd. 3 frames left potentially in this match, and he needs to win them all to get the victory in this match. A draw, he's still clinging on. We'll do the maths to see if he's out, if he loses, but he'd need a lot of things to go his way if he was to lose this match.
Well, I think if you're saying that 3 guarantees you through, I imagine that 3 would guarantee the other way, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure. Because
that was just a guess.
Yeah, I think I suspect he's on the. I don't know if he would be mathematically out, but he'd need a lot of results to go his way, which is why I can't work it out in my head. But He needs to find something and find it quickly right now.
Jordan took some off that.
We know that last week's...
Oh, wow.
Is the cue ball going to stay up? It is.
Oh, yeah.
Is he on a ball?
I don't think... Well, the red he's closest to in the top corner, but apart from that, I doubt it.
Yeah, I was just about to say, we do know last week two players went through with 2 wins and a draw. I think this goes long. It does, and it's a great pot.
Very good pot. His only trouble would be the red.
It's got the one nearest the 8 ball.
Yeah.
It's awkward to get on the one near at the right centre pocket. It's awkward as well.
Oh, Jordan. Is he on that to the middle? I think he is.
Yes.
Oh, he's missed it.
So he always wanted to leave himself on that one to the middle pocket because he wanted the angle to do the developing, but misses the pot. And Chris has an open chance here. All the yellows go. This is for the win.
Who is it I have next? Have you got the draw there?
Yeah, I have got the line up in front of me, but I think the draw for the last round of matches hasn't been determined yet, so I'm not 100% certain, or the order of the last matches. So
oh, okay.
I don't.
Might get myself off and watch a bit of football. Seeing as the Premier League started again.
It has, yeah. Looked at any results yet, or any scores?
No, I haven't.
Just a little bit tricky at the back end here for Chris. Shakes his head, not where he wanted to be.
No.
The reds are blocking the yellow and the 8 ball. He needs to be careful with his last positional shot.
Nice shot there from Chris.
Yeah, and nice to hold on this side of the table. Now just needs to drift down the line towards the yellow. Probably just a trace of right-hand side just to get the line he wants.
Yep. I mean, on another positive note, Forest are losing, so that's always good news.
Depends on your perspective. He's going to cannon the 8 ball here.
And just pop it out. Yep,
Yeah,
there
controls
you
it
go.
perfectly. Just a great match once again from Chris. He has been the standout player so far today. 3 wins from 3, and the Magician has booked his place in the second stage of the competition. He's still got 2 matches to come, but more importantly, so has Jordan Shepherd, and he will need them both to have any opportunities at all.